Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Freight Train Shane. I say that like you guys don't already know. I've been the commissioner for this league for a while now. Most of us have been playing for almost a decade, so by now you know. But if you don't know, if you're new to the league or you're new to watching, what's up? I'm your guy. Check this out. It is the Alpha League Weekly Update. What's a weekly update, you may say? We've never had a weekly update, so how can it be weekly, right? Well, hey, this is the first edition, so we're going to do this every week. I'm going to probably record them mostly on the weekends and release it on a Monday, or possibly record it on the weekend, release it on a Sunday. We'll see which kind of feels out the best way. But I've been slacking on the content, so we're going to ramp that up a bit going forward. So content's coming. You guys are going to love it. Trash Talk Tuesday, we're going to bring that back, but maybe we switch the days. Tuesday at 7, it's not seeming to get enough people on the call. There's maybe 2 or 3 people there, and it's really not worth it. Usually that is the most watched and most participated in show that we have. So we maybe just have to switch that to a Thursday or something. Maybe it's Trash Talk Thursday. I don't know. Mayhem Monday. We'll figure that out. I'll put a poll up and find a date and time that works the best for everybody. Because truly the league thrives when that show's there. But moving on, what are we going to talk about on the weekly update? Well, obviously, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. We'll talk about what happened in the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about some rule changes because of the Super Bowl. And we're going to talk about some other rule changes and amendments for things that you guys have been asking for, or things that you guys had said that we didn't need a rule for, and then you proved us wrong, and we actually did need that rule because you were breaking the rule that we said we didn't need. So we're going to talk about the rules. And then we're going to close it up with the end of the year awards. So let's get things started. Congratulations goes out to Texas Boy. Texas Boy does win the Season 2 Super Bowl banner. His Kansas City Chiefs did indeed beat Doc in the Super Bowl. And guys, if you watch this game on Snipes, it was amazing. We had like 40 to 50 people in there at, broadcasting it. Snipes did a fantastic job on the call. But this game went down to the wire. When I say down to the wire, I mean down to the wire. This game was decided within the last seconds of the game. It was under a minute. Doc was driving down. He was down by 4 points. It was 28-24. He drives down. He gets to the goal line. He's on Texas Boys 1. All he has to do is punch it in. All he has to do is punch it in. He's not able to do so. Time runs out. Texas Boy takes a couple kneels. And here we are. Texas Boy Season 2 champion. Now, that Super Bowl did have some drama right there on the last drive for everybody to see. And let's talk about it. We know that we have a rule that says you can only move one guy pre-snap on defense. Here's what happened.
Here for the Chiefs. 3rd down and goal.
There you see Gay move. Oh. That's movement number 2. And then Jesse Bates is moving. That's 3 guys.
Wilson back. Outright, look at him getting sacked.
And then D-line completely blows up the quarterback, causing a farther back drop back. Now watch this again. Now all right, so look. I've watched this video a ton of times. I will tell you, in my personal opinion, I don't think that Tex was purposely trying to break a rule. He obviously broke a rule. So the fact that he wasn't purposely trying to doesn't really matter. But I believe that if you're in a Super Bowl and it's game on the line, on the 1-yard line, you're nervous as hell. Your palms are sweating. Your heart is pounding. The adrenaline is rushing. You've got 40 people tuned in to Snipes, who's doing a live broadcast. The pressure is on you. And I think he cracked a little bit. I think he cracked. I think he looked at the play as like, oh, I'm moving this guy. Oh, what did I do? I got to get here. I think he cracked. That doesn't change anything. Now, the guys he moved all dropped into coverage. None of them were right up on the line, so there was definitely no like awareness glitch or something. If you actually watch the D-line as they're going through this, you will see that. Let me see if I can pull it up
Here
again.
for the Chiefs, 3rd down and goal.
Maybe I can turn off that volume. All right, so as you're watching this, you can actually see that the guys on the O-line block everyone they're supposed to. They're playing the exact correct guys. The problem that I have with this is because it's his 3rd guy that he's moving, he brings Jesse Bates up. And if Jesse Bates had been left alone, if he had only used the first guy he moved, he'd be on the left-hand side and not come up into the gap to cover the angle route from Chris Carson. If he stayed on Gay, he'd be over to the left side, covering that left side receiver, which I think is Lockett. If he stayed with Gill, he'd be covering the tight end, possibly covering the halfback, but he didn't. And Bates would drop back because he's in a deep blue. But what ends up happening is he stays underneath and ends up taking more people away than probably what should have been taken away because he moved multiple people. If he had stayed on the other 2, I believe Doc scores on that touchdown. So I think Doc has a legitimate gripe to be upset. I don't think necessarily that Tex was plotting on doing that, if that makes any sense. But you guys can feel however you want. So there is a little bit of controversy with the Super Bowl. What does that mean? Well, the fact is, it's the playoffs, it's the Super Bowl, game is on the line. Texas boy broke a rule. Texas boy not only broke a rule, he broke a rule in a crucial part of the game. That is a game-deciding play. All right, now there was another play after it. Doesn't matter. Still broke the rule, game-deciding play, and that's got to be punished. And we're not sweeping it under the rug. Look, if you screw up in a Super Bowl, things are going to happen. If you screw up in the playoffs, you break rules in the playoffs, things are going to happen. So, changes to the rules. First off, if you break a rule in the playoffs or the Super Bowl, at any time, the commissioner, myself, and the admin team, we reserve the right to impose penalties. Now, these penalties will be a minimum of 2 games suspended the following season, plus we're going to take all of your guys with abilities, throw them in a randomizer, and one of them is being knocked down to star. So you're losing a player with abilities. Lastly, you're going to forfeit your autographed jersey prize. I'm spending anywhere between $150, $200 of these on these jerseys for every season. God knows we spent a lot. Doc's last one, he won for season 1, Sean Alexander, took me a month to find. So you know it wasn't cheap. That said, if you break a rule significantly in the Super Bowl, we reserve the right to do all of this. So Tex is going to get his jersey. We're going to give him a jersey because that, like I said, I don't know. I don't think it was done on purpose. I don't think there was any malice on it. Obviously, he raged in the chat later, but that's Tex. Anybody that knows Tex, that's just who he talks shit, and he's going to do whatever he is. But I don't think he does. He doesn't do things like that on purpose. I've known Tex a long time. He's not one of those guys. He'll talk and act like he's one of those guys, but he's not really one of those guys. So what's going to happen? Tex is suspended for 2 games. He will lose abilities on one of his players. It's going to be his linebacker, Gay. We've already knocked him down to star. That guy has no more abilities. Tex is lucky it didn't come up with, Mahomes or one of the other guys. It very well could have been Mahomes. So he loses abilities on one of his guys, which we saw the rages in the chat about, the regressions. We're giving Tex an extra regression all the way down to star. So he loses those abilities. He's going to be suspended the first and second game of the season, and we're going to go on. Now, guys, that's the minimum penalty. we can take that all the way up to removal from the league. We're not going to fuck around with this. People do not play entire seasons to get fucked in the Super Bowl or in another playoff game because somebody feels it's time to break a rule. Somebody feels like, oh, you know what, I'll get away with this one. What are they going to do? Suspend me? What are they going to do? You know, because I've got another... No. We're not going to play that. I'm not going to bullshit around with that. That's not going to fucking happen in this league. So, it's at our discretion. And I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. I don't care if you think this is too stiff. It is what it is. It's going to be what it is. So, minimum penalty going forward up to removal of the league. I'm assuming everybody is on board with this because everybody flipped out when it happened. That's what's going to happen. Maniac is actually going to be suspended a game for not meeting his 10 rushes in his playoff game. So, in the future, even though it wasn't a Super Bowl, Maniac would have been suspended for 2 games and lost abilities on one of his players. Think about that. Now, Maniac lost his game, so it didn't really impact as much, and that was before we came up with this rule. But that's what would have happened to Maniac. So we got lucky. All right. So other than the moving multiple players on defense that happened, we're making an amendment to the rushing rule because of something that Texas Boy did in the Super Bowl. Texas Boy had 8 rushes in the Super Bowl. 8. And then he kneeled down twice at the end of the game. What should have happened is we had never even considered that kneels actually register as a rush in the game. I don't know why we never thought about it, but we never did. It should not be a rush. It should not count towards the minimum rushing attempts. Now, we never had considered it before, so it's possible this has been going on all season with some people. Looking at you, Maniac, who very rarely gets his rushing numbers in. I'm kidding. You get your rushes in. But, look. So, from now on, new rule. The quarterback kneels are not going to count towards the minimum rushing requirement. So what that means is, if I go back and I see someone only has 10 rushes, I'm going to ask the person you played if you won the game. I'm going to see if you knelt down at the end of the game. And if you did, it's going to be a suspension. All right? Think we're all clear? Minimum rushing 10 times. Halfback has to be at least 7 of those. Means you can have 3 quarterback scrambles. You cannot have a kneel down. Kneel downs don't count. Other rule. 2 clock rule. We got a couple guys that are ridiculously slow. Constantly snapping the ball when the play clock has gotten below 10 seconds. It doesn't actually turn red till you get to 9 seconds. When it turns red, you're going to be considered manually chewing clock. All right, a few times a game, sure, that happens. So what we're going to say is, if you're calling your plays under 9 seconds or less, 5 times in a game, we're going to call that manually chewing clock. The penalty is going to be at our discretion. Maybe we make a randomizer of penalties, like suspension 1 game, suspension 2 games, removal of abilities from a player. I don't know. I'm just spitting those out. That's not a real thing yet. I imagine one of the admins will talk to me after this. They watch this video. But that's just my thinking. Maybe we make it a wheel of risk. Throw it to the risk wheel. What's the punishment wheel? What do we get? However, because some of you guys are just slow in making your adjustments and you need a little bit more time, we're going to consider changing the Excel clock from 20 seconds to 25 seconds. It would give you about 5 more seconds to make your reads, make your changes, make your adjustments. I'll throw up a poll if you think that you need that extra 5 seconds. I'm okay with that. It may add a little bit of time to the normal game flow, but not a ton. So if that's something that you guys want to do, I'm cool with that. Watch for a poll by the time that you see this video. It'll be up there. All right, so that's the 2 clock rule. Drop back rule. Hallelujah. I can't tell you, but over 2/3 of the league have been bugging us about this drop back rule. And I'm not gonna lie. At the beginning of the season, Watts, Rack, and we actually came up with the drop back rule. For some reason, we just didn't go with it. I don't know why we didn't post it, why we didn't do it. I think we just dropped the ball. I think we forgot. So what's the drop back rule? Well, if your quarterback drops back more than 12 yards from the line of scrimmage one time in a game, we have no issues with that. That's going to happen. It's going to instinctively happen. 12 yards is a big drop back, though. All right. If your quarterback drops back more than 12 times twice in a game, we're going to give you a warning. If your opponent lets us know, we go through, watch the video, see it does happen, we're going to give you a warning. Say, hey, watch your drop backs. They are ridiculous. Just be careful. If you do it 3 or more times in a game, you're breaking the rule. And we're going to bench your quarterback the following 2 games. No argument, no questions asked. That's what's your punishment. Your quarterback sits for the next 2 games. Now, it's 12 yards from the line of scrimmage. 12 yards from where the ball is snapped. Not 12 yards from where the quarterback lines up. So if you're under center, you got 12 yards. If you are in the pistol or shotgun, you are already 4 to 6 yards back behind the line of scrimmage. So you cannot drop back another 12 yards. There, you can only drop back 6, maybe 8 yards. If you guys watch any football at all, that's a ridiculous distance on the field. It's ridiculous. Quarterbacks step up into the pocket. These games now have a pocket. We didn't used to have a drop back rule because Madden didn't create pockets. It was just a flat line, whatever. We don't have that now. So, if you are scrambling to get away from an imminent pass rush, we're going to give you a little flexibility on this, all right? But what we've been seeing is people dropping back like 19 yards, 20 yards. There was one guy dropped back almost 30. It's not going to happen. So get your drop backs under control. Next, playmaker, it's banned. There's only a few people that use it. It is always used the exact same way. You're drifting out to the sideline. You get there. People are in zone. You playmaker the guy up, and nobody reacts. You guy's wide open. That's the only time playmaker gets used. So we're going to follow a lot of the other sim leagues that are out there. Most of them banned playmaker long ago. We're kind of late on this one. So we're going to ban it. Now, we're going to ban it, and the punishment is going to be what we used in the Survivor Series. So if you break the rule, that means it's an immediate loss of possession. You've got to punt. So if you activate playmaker, you throw a pass, you got to punt the ball away the next possession. Your opponent should tell you, hey, you use playmaker, punt the ball, you lose possession. It's not that stiff of a penalty. You just lose possession. If you happen to score by using playmaker, well, then the ensuing play, you're going to let your opponent score and get those points back, and then you punt it back to them. So you're losing the points that you scored plus a possession. The end result is the same thing. You're losing a possession, and there's no change in the score. Now, there's going to be a few of you that still call playmaker by accident. It's going to happen. It happened in the Survivor Series. If you do, either take the sack or scramble. If you don't throw the ball and you run out of bounds, you scramble for yards, or you take a sack, no penalty is going to be imposed. All right? So, playmaker, it's history. This last one, I don't think we actually needed a rule for, but a lot of people have been asking about it lately. So, what's the salary cap rule? Well, we've already got rules for the manipulation of the salary cap by dropping and re-signing players. It will result in the immediate removal from the league. So, do not do that. If you inadvertently cut somebody in error, all you got to do is notify us. Say, hey, I was going through and I cut my guy that I thought was somebody else. Can I re-sign them? What's going to end up happening is we're going to say probably, yeah, go ahead and re-sign them. We're going to jump on our My Madden page or Neon Sports or whatever service we're happening to be using at that time, and we're going to see what his old contract was, and we're going to edit it back so you get him back. You can't just do it to manipulate. All right? Also, you have to be below the salary cap at all times during the regular season. That means you have to have positive cap space. If you go into negative cap space, you have to take the actions to get underneath the cap. And that may mean that you have to drop some of the players that you don't want to get rid of. You may have to drop some elite guys or somebody that you traded for that doesn't have a guarantee bonus to get under the cap. If you are negative salary cap, you're going to be suspended and get forced losses until you fix it. All right? If you refuse to fix it and you throw a big hissy fit, hasta la bye-bye. We got a big wait list. We'll replace you. If you aren't that good with the salary cap, which is okay, a lot of people aren't, and you need help getting under the cap, reach out to the admins, reach out to me. We'll go through the screens, the salary cap screen with you, and we will help you get under the cap. We'll give you some options, say here's what we would do, and get you there. All right? Again, it might not be the way that you want to do it, but if it's the only way to get you there, we're going to get you there. We're going to do it when we give you help, we're looking for the least impact to your team. All right? So we're looking for scrubs, low overalls, higher contracts, things like that, where we might be able to save you some money to get underneath the cap. We're not trying to hurt your team. We will try to help you. But if you need help, ask. Don't throw a fit. Just do it. Also, with the salary cap rule, a lot of people, we kind of let this slide this season, but not anymore. You've got to have 53 people on your roster. So I'm going to be checking it every week, just like I do the rushing, to make sure you've got 53 people on your roster. If you don't have 53 people, you're going to be given a week to sign that and fill it. Otherwise, game suspension. So make sure that happens, all right? Make sure you've got enough cap to field a full team. Make sure your cap is positive. Make sure you're not dropping back while using Playmaker or chewing clock in the Super Bowl where you're not getting enough rushes. Don't do any of that shit, all right? Are we cool with that? You know what? I don't care if you're cool with that. These are the rule changes. So that's what's going to happen. So, now that we have our rule changes, do you know what it's time for? Now that we have them, it's time for the fun, good shit. It is time for the League End Awards. Now, the year-end rewards were originally put together by my boy Deathwish. Deathwish is no longer in our leagues, but he put these together back when we had a forum. It was a little bit different format because you had picture posted and descriptions and whatnot. So I'm ridiculously stealing this from Deathwish. But I want to make sure that I'm giving him credit every single time that I do because it's fantastic and I think that everybody loves these. So, Deathwish, appreciate you. But here's our awards for today, for this year. Also on these awards, once we go through these, if you have an idea for another award, let us know. We'll start incorporating it because it's always cool to add awards. So starting off with the Laser Rocket Arm Award, this award is given to the guy with the most passing yards during the regular season. Not a surprise here. It goes to Aaron Rodgers and Maniac. Aaron Rodgers threw for 6,549 yards in a season. Congratulations, Maniac, on the Laser Rocket Arm Award. In related news, Aaron Rodgers regressed. He's no longer got all of his abilities, I don't think. Maybe he went to Star, but he dropped abilities, and he was traded to the Indianapolis Colts. So Bloom King is now the proud owner of a laser rocket-armed Aaron Rodgers. Congratulations, Maniac. The next award is the Heave and Hope Award. This one also goes to Maniac. This award is given to the guy with the most passing touchdowns during the regular season. Once again, Aaron Rodgers threw for an amazing 68 touchdowns during the regular season. Maniac does like to light it up, and it's no surprise to see him throwing 68 touchdowns. So congratulations, Maniac, once again. The next award is the complete opposite of the Maniac Award, or the Heave and Hope Award. This is the Colorblind Award. This one goes to the guy that throws the most interceptions during the regular season. There were 3 of us that threw 63 interceptions on the season. I am ashamed to say that I am among one of these award winners. And my 2 fellow awardees are Giants fan and DeBus. All of us need to get together and actually learn how to read a defense. So congratulations to us. We suck at throwing the ball. Who doesn't suck at throwing the ball? Well, no surprise, it's Maniac. And this one is the Discount Double Check Award. This one's given to the guy with the best passer rating during the regular season. You have to have a minimum of 200 attempts to qualify for this award. And this goes against 2 Maniacs, Aaron Rodgers, who had an amazing 133.1 rating on the season. So Maniac has basically cleaned up the passing awards this season with the Laser Rocket Arm, the Heave and Hope, and the Discount Double Check Award. That's an amazing season from Aaron Rodgers. Good job, Maniac. The next award is the Human Tackling Dummy. This guy goes to the one that was given or taken the most sacks during the regular season. And A-Force, who is no longer with us. Oh, look at that. It says Alpha Kings. I got to fix that. I didn't realize it still said Alpha Kings on the dummy. I got to change that to Alpha. Anyway, I do like that logo. So anyway, A-Force, he's actually given up the Minnesota Vikings. A-Force is basically a CPA, and he is in the middle of tax season now that we're in the new year. So he's going to be back with us, hopefully, once he frees up some time. But for now, he has stepped aside, and Huss, one of Maniac's referrals, Hussein, is going to take over the Minnesota Vikings. So congratulations, Huss. You're going to be taking over a team that was sacked 71 times last season. That quarterback, Cole Clayton, was bruised. My man was in the blue tent all season long. So hopefully you can do better than A-Force did, Huss. The next award we have is the Glue Hands Award. This one goes to the player with the most receptions during the regular season. And this one's going to go to Texas Boy, our Super Bowl winner. Travis Kelce had 92 receptions on the season. 92. That's a lot of receptions for a tight end. I hate that a tight end won this award. I hate it. It's the cheesiest fucking thing in the world. However, there's no denying that Travis Kelce is one of the best receiving tight ends in the game. So I'm a little bit feeling okay about it. I don't feel as dirty as I would if it was, Blake Jarwin or some crap. Robert Tonyan. But hey, congratulations to Texas Boy, who wins the Glue Hands Award. This is actually one of my favorite slides. I love Jerry Rice there with the stick up in the fire. Next award is the Flipper Anderson Award. This one is going to myself. I should make my award fit into the screen there, shouldn't I? There we go. Got to see that whole name. So the Flipper Anderson Award goes to the guy with the most receiving yards in the regular season. That went to Jalen Waddle, who had 2,125 yards on the season. Jalen Waddle was an absolute monster in Miami. Somehow we still threw 63 interceptions, whatever it was. It was too many. So congratulations to me for at least doing one thing right. Up next goes to the Randy Moss Award. The Randy Moss Award is awarded to the player with the most touchdown catches during the regular season. And that, another passing award, goes to Maniac and his tight end, Robert Tonyan, who had 25 touchdowns. Robert Tonyan should not be catching 25 touchdowns. But he did. So congratulations, Maniac. Your tight end and your quarterback are killing it. The next award we're looking at here, Jim Brown Award. This one goes to the most rushing yards during the regular season. Again, I love this slide because Jim Brown looks like a freaking monster. No surprise here, though. Stokes rushes the ball better than anyone I've ever seen, and Nick Chubb put up 2,174 yards for him this season. So congratulations, Stokes. Nick Chubb is winning the Jim Brown Award. I have a feeling we're going to see Nick Chubb on a couple other rushing awards. Oh, and look at that. It's Ladainian Tomlinson. This award is given to the player with the most rushing touchdowns in the regular season. Not a surprise. Nick Chubb wins this one as well. 36 rushing touchdowns on the season. He was getting downfield. He was punching it into the end zone. And anyone that has ever played with Nick Chubb knows that Nick Chubb is a block shed monster. So congratulations, Stokes. Congratulations, Mr. Chubb. You win the Ladainian Tomlinson Award. Coming up next is the Earnest Biner Award. Now, this is not a good award to receive. This one goes to the player that has the most fumbles in the regular season. Ready, baby? Congratulations. This one's going to you. Kyler Murray. 9 fumbles on the season. What does that mean? It means you're probably running around more than you need to. Throw the damn ball. You're a quarterback. 9 fumbles. Who do you think you are, Mike Vick? Get your shit together in Arizona. Could be worse. You could throw 63 interceptions. So 9 fumbles by Kyler Murray there in Arizona. Congratulations, Ready Baby. Now this one is actually interesting. Straw House Award. This award is given to the player that gives up the most sacks during the regular season. Now notice, there are 2 players that gave up 15 sacks on the season. Eric Fisher and Braden Smith, and both of those players belong to Bloom King. Both of those players were on the same O-line. So I'm really surprised that we didn't see more fumbles in Indianapolis. Why does that have a Colts logo on there? Not even a Colts logo, a Cardinals logo. So, no, this goes to Bloom King and the Indianapolis Colts, not the Cardinals. That's my bad. Congratulations, Bloom. You got the Straw House Award. I wonder if these guys are now in free agency. The next award we're looking at is the Cherry Picker Award. The Cherry Picker Award goes to the guy with the most interceptions in the regular season. It may have been a user player, we don't know, but Jason Verrett and Dynasty had 15 picks on the season. That's a lot of picks. That's a defense that creates a lot of turnovers, and that's why Dynasty went so deep in the playoffs. Dynasty, congratulations. That is an absolutely amazing stat. Jason Verrett, you need to send him. Miami could use him. Another award will be the Brick Wall Award. This award is given to the guy with the most tackles in the regular season. This one goes to Augustine and Levante David, who racked up 115 tackles. I am so happy that Madden finally lets us get triple digits in this category, because it used to be we always had 99, 99, 99 for a bunch of guys. But now Levante David showing how quick he is to the ball and the ball carrier. Congratulations to Augustine, who won the KOM Super Bowl, I believe, or was in the KOM Super Bowl. He might have won it. I can't remember. But he played balls to the wall and out of his mind in Season 1. Hopefully he rebounds for Season 3. Another defensive award goes to Dynasty. This is the Michael Strahan Award. It is awarded to the player with the most sacks in a season. And Junior Berry racked up an incredible 32 sacks. 3-2. That is crazy. Send him. I need him. Junior Barry is murdering people on the dance floor. Every single snap. 32 sacks. That's almost 2 sacks a game now. That's craziness to me. So congratulations, Dynasty. That's a hell of an accomplishment. I don't know if we'll see that one broken. The next award, this one goes to, it's the David Akers Award, and it's given to the guy with the most field goals in the regular season. It's going to go to Young Watts and Jake Elliott. And look at this. It is a Eagles, basically, concept award, which is why we have the Eagles concept, or colors. And Watts, turns out, he is the Eagles. So it's going back home, baby. Jake Elliott, 28 field goals. Watts, congratulations. Hopefully your offense is more than that. The next one, another field goal award. This one is the Heat Seeker Award, and this one is given to the guy with the most field goal, or the best field goal percentage during the regular season, not the refular season. Jesus Christ, Shane, what are you doing with these awards? That's got to be fixed. I demand to speak to the manager. Anyway, Orion, congratulations. Will Lutz hit 100% of his field goals. I think he was 21 for 21 or 28 for 28. Every single attempt that you made, he put it through the uprights. And no, that is not a misspelling. Will only has one L. I had to check a lot. Congratulations, Orion. It is the All Safe Award. This one goes to the team with the least amount of turnovers. Evans with the San Francisco 49ers only gave it up 23 times. If you break that down, it's 5 fumbles, 18 interceptions. That's pretty damn good. That's playing pretty damn safe. I'm not going to lie. So congratulations, Evans. You have the All Safe Award. Put it up on a wall. Show your parents. Maybe podcast about it. Maybe you can do a TikTok. I don't know. But congratulations. You are the All Safe guy. You're like a brand muffin. Next up, the non-brand muffin is the Robert Kraft's Rub and Tug Award. This one goes to the player who gives it up the most during the regular season, so the most turnovers in a season. Yours truly, obviously, I am the league slut, giving it away 74 fucking... This one hurts. This hurts me. It hurts me. But we had 66 interceptions, 8 fumbles. What's interesting is... It says 66 interceptions, but if you look at the game, I only threw 63. So I don't know what's up with that, but whatever. I gave it up 74 times. That's why I did not make the playoffs this season. So I will take the Rob Kraft's Rub and Tug and get a happy ending. Woman! What are you doing? I'm going to need you. All right, the next award goes to... Ford. Now, it really shouldn't go to Ford because Ford took over this team, and I don't think he's played a game. But it is the All-Criminal Team Award. This one goes to the most penalized team during the regular season. They had 53 penalties, these Dallas Cowboys. Doesn't shock anybody that the Dallas Cowboys had 53 penalties. Like, literally, there's not a person on the planet that is like, oh, yeah, that's surprising. But no, it should go to Expert, who was the old owner, but we're going to give it to Ford because he's the new guy, and we're going to say he deserves an award. So congratulations, Ford. You are a criminal, along with the rest of your team. You often ask yourself who sucks the worst, right? Well, this is the CFL award. It goes to the team that sucks the most, given the team with the worst record in the league. There's 2 of them. One of them is not fair at all. We're giving it to Giants fan, and we're going to give it to Steelos, even though Steelos didn't play a game. It actually should go to Bino, who's the former Steelers owner. But Steelos, we're just going to throw you on here to get you fired up a little bit. But the Steelers and the Rams went 2-15. They were the worst teams in the league last season. Steely here. is a Steelers fan. So hopefully he can turn things around in Steel City and, do better than 2-15, because that's just embarrassing to everybody. Giants fan, you're better than that. All right, now it's the fun awards. These are the awards you don't want. These are the awards that everybody knows that your game is cheesy as fuck. So we're going to start off with the Cheese Ball Award. Goes to the player in the league whose tight end led their team in receptions, and there was the greatest discrepancy between the tight end and the wide receiver. I.e., you're staring at your fucking tight end and you don't know how to read a defense, or you don't have the patience or knowledge to wait for a wide receiver to get open on one of their routes. That goes to Texas boy, Super Bowl winner, Travis Kelce, who had 92 receptions. There simply was no other way to do this. I mean, Travis Kelce had the most receptions in the league. So, what do you expect? Of course he's going to win this award. But Jesus Christ, you've got guys like Hardman and Hill on this team. Robinson. You had like 3 X Factor wide receivers. So, I don't know. Either way, Travis Kelce is the cheesiest in the world. The next award, this one's the Debbie Dump-Off Award. This goes to the team whose halfback actually leads the team in receptions and has the most receptions. Giants fan, you had 78 catches with your halfback. Is that possible? That can't possibly be right. Like, there's no way. Like, as I'm saying this, I'm actually jumping on to our My Madden site, because now I question myself. Like, could somebody actually dump it off to the running back 78 times? Is it possible that someone is that bad that they did this? Cam Akers. Son of a bitch. All right, congratulations, Giants fan. I don't know how that happened. Don't know how that happened, my friend, but Debbie Dump-Off is your award. I hope you get a Swiss roll. And then everyone's favorite award, this is the Cheese Dick Award. It goes to the halfback leading in receptions. The tight end is second on the team in receptions. So your halfback has to be your top most in receptions. Your tight end has to be next. And there were 2 guys that this happens to. Obviously, Giants fan is getting this award after getting the Debbie Dump-Off Award. His tight end was second with 62 receptions. And you'll notice he had 69 receptions with his halfback. But straight coach, you're second. Your halfback had 61, and your tight end had 56. So we're talking about a 7-catch differential. Your wide receivers obviously were third. I hope they were third. I hope you actually looked at your wide receivers. Do we wonder why that you guys ended up with such bad records this season? Do you think maybe this is why? Do we have a feeling that maybe because you're throwing to the halfback and the tight end, that's why you're not scoring enough points to win games? I'm just going to go out on a limb and say this. This is a prestigious award. It goes to the least skilled player who had a Pop Warner-like scheme. So congratulations, Cheese Dicks. You got your awards. And then the last award that we're giving away, this is the Player of the Year. This one goes to the guy that had the most Player of the Week awards during the regular season. So obviously I'm going through and looking at week 1 all the way through week 18, all of the weekly awards for offense and defense, and we're totaling them up. And whichever team had the most, you become the Player of the Year. In this case, there's two of you. Maniac and Orion tied with 6 Player of the Week awards. So congratulations, guys. You earned the most. You guys are the Players of the Year. That's solid. It's actually a low number this year. Normally that number, Player of the Week award, is up around 8 to 10. But that's usual domination with somebody. There was a lot of discrepancy in the league this season. So you guys managed to pull it out. So congratulations. You guys are the Players of the Week. And that's it for me. One last look at Texas Boys Super Bowl gaff. Look at this. Now watch that safety. That should be dropping deep. Nope, he's coming up. And there's the sack. But hey, Texas boy, you did get your Super Bowl banner, so congratulations. We will wrap it up with that. Again, Freight Train Shane, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Draft is tonight. If you watch this later, draft has already taken place. But it is the weekly update. Appreciate you guys.